This is the MTPredictor weekly market update for November 4th. Alright, so we've got through the week last week. It was kind of an interesting week. We'll look at the S&P here. This is the daily chart again, and remember we had our 5-wave pattern up here. And after 5 waves, typically, you get this correction back to the wave 4 DP. That's this area here. I haven't quite made it there yet. Again, that's just the tendency, and so that comes in right around just below 1380 in the current December contract of the ES anyway. So you can see on Thursday we had the ramp up, and then Friday the kind of the smackdown again. And so we expect that, market kind of consolidating. I think obviously we've got an election here coming this week. And I think probably the market may react one way or the other on the outcome of that. So we'll take a look. We do have some strength coming in now on the STF to the downside here. So even if we do get some retracement, we have to watch and see if that strength still holds, which means is they may come up and roll over again, and may see that decision point off of the wave 4, like I said, which is a tendency. Now, we talked about before, after this wave 5 was put in, we made a impulse move down here, and then a correction to that, which could potentially look at as a wave 2, since this was a significant high, and we projected down wave 3 here. And this was these are small swings, so the wave 3 was not big, but it has been achieved. And that's when we kind of get that rally there. So we're going to have to see if this holds, and that's wave 3, maybe heading into wave 4 there, which we got into on Friday, where things sold off. Let's project wave 5 down now. Oops, let me go down wave 5. Let me start at the top of wave 1 here. Okay, so there's your wave 5 targets. So this is one of those situations where the minimum wave 5 target is actually inside the wave 3. We would actually come into that area, but here's your typical and your extended wave, or maximum wave 5, right around this area, the wave 4 DP. So we'll see if we get a continuation of this. So the futures are open, haven't moved much at this point, but we'll see. Maybe not a whole lot of action until the election gets out of the way. And then we may have to reset and see where do things settle out. How do the markets react to that? Another reason, if we look at pull up a chart of Apple, why the market is selling off there. If we take a look at Apple on the weekly chart, I'll just bring that in here. And you see Apple has this nice 5-wave pattern up, and Apple's a good chunk of obviously the NQ. I think it's about 20% of the NQ, maybe, I don't know, 5 or 6% of the S&P. So it definitely carries a lot of weight. At any rate, you can see that's wave 5 up. And again, the correction tends to be back to this wave 4 decision point support area, which would be around 500. Nice round number in Apple. Again, bigger picture weekly chart there, and we'll see what the election brings. Alright, just going to go through some of these others quickly tonight. I'm running a little late, but this is gold on the weekly chart. We had our TS1 buy signal. Here you see that target was hit there, 1770.90. Now they failed. The high here, this last high was 1800.90, and so we made a little bit of a lower high before this began to sell off. So we've got a little succession here of lower highs. This one came close, but still didn't take out that 1800. And so we've got to keep an eye on that. We know we've got support down here. We've come down there a few times, and that has been demand in that area. We'll see what the pullback looks like on this. If we get any support in here, we'll see. I know some professionals that are coming in and buying at this point. If we want to take a look at silver, again, a lot of what silver will do will be based on what the gold chart looks like, but here's silver on the weekly chart. Again, there was our little breakout of the triangle pattern there. You had your little TS4 back there, but the resistance area that we've hit, this is the daily resistance that we came into on the weekly chart here, and began to sell off. We're gonna have to see this area hold that $30 level in silver, and we'll see if it can't. The thing that's concerning right now is we've got, again, a succession of lower highs here, and this is a lower high. Even though we broke this trend line here, this high still is inside of this prior high, which is inside this prior high, which is inside this prior high, which was the basic wave 5 top there. And so here's the wave 4 DP to that. Haven't quite come into that area yet. All right, so we'll see. This will be interesting. See if they can hold that $30 level in silver. I know, like I said, professional buying stepping in there. We'll see if that gets another leg up. Let's look at oil. I will be buying, by the way. I'm going to be buying silver again this week on this pullback. Let's see, oil. Where's my CL? This is the weekly chart of oil. Again, we had our, this has been acting as support. And we talked about this whole, $80 to $110 area. Every time they've come down to this $80 area, they've bounced right up to that 110 level. And you see the number of times. Again, this is the weekly chart, so this is, not going to happen overnight. But you see, we're headed back down to this $80 level. Well, look, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. All these areas in that $80 level. We'll see then if oil finds support once again. Some demand comes in there and takes this, back up into the channel here, into that $100, $110, back to that $100, $110 area. So maybe looking at that $80 area as a demand area, and we'll see if it continues to sell off down to that area. If we get a nice rally off of that. Again, a little bigger picture stuff there. And then let's just look at the let's look at the euro quickly here. We know the pattern that we had in place there, why we got the rally off this bottom here, because we had a nice 5-wave pattern down that brought buyers in. Again, typically we expect a correction back to this wave 4 DP. You see where that is, above 3,600. And we kind of stalled out here. If we go to the dollar index, you'll see where the dollar found support and was trying to rally is when the euro stopped its rally. Where's my DX? Again, so we had the major buy signal down here. There's the target. We found support, this decision point support here. The dollar is trying to rally off of that area, and that's kind of stopped the euro in its tracks there, and the euro is starting to consolidate as the dollar tries to move off this support area, and we'll see how far this gets. So anyway, I'll wrap it up there. Keep it quick tonight. We'll see how the election plays out and how that affects the market. Should be interesting. So enjoy that, and we'll come back and take a peek and see what things look like next week.